Hey guys, thanks for joining me. I'm here with Alex from Awkward Styles. Alex has worked at Awkward Styles for 3.5 years, and today she's going to let us know what cool stuff they've been working on behind the scenes. What's up, Alex?
Hi, thank you for having me, Ryan. It's always great
Yes,
talking to you.
I'm excited to have you on. I'm excited to learn more about Awkward Styles as well. I've been using you guys for a while, and it's been great. My experience so far genuinely has been positive, but I want to know, actually, while I've got somebody here that works for Awkward Styles, I want to know straight up,
Mhm.
like, what are some tips you can give us? Like, what are the best selling products right now? Anything like that you might be able to share that can like
Mhm.
increase our sales in the near term, maybe?
Yes. So there are definitely apparel is always going to be like up there. And I know that Bella Canvas has always been like a staple, but I have seen lately that cotton heritage is rising. I've seen it on the rise. Like more and more people are requesting cotton heritage just because I think it's like that perfect balance. It's price, it's premium, the printing is great. So yeah, I would say cotton heritage and another bestseller right now are crops. So crop hoodies, crop sweatshirts, and crop t-shirts. Those are also really popular. And the thing with these is that you don't have to stick within one niche. They're very like versatile, so you can use them in a lot of niches.
Sorry about that. I was trying to screen share while you were sharing that because I wanted to see what the Cotton Heritage shirt looked like. This is news to me. Can you tell us like maybe a little bit more about this or what makes this shirt special?
Yeah, so basically it's really soft. So cotton heritage and comfort colors. Those are two that are very similar in softness. Cotton heritage has actually been around for a long time. And comfort colors, I've heard of it more recently, and they can be kind of confusing because they both start with C, but they're both rising in popularity, at least with us, and what I've heard within like YouTube and TikTok, especially. So it's just because it's soft and like the fit of it. And a lot of like, I guess, people that use POD and want to establish brands,
Mhm.
they go for something like this as opposed to like a Gildan, for example. So yeah,
Yeah, I've actually
it's higher
used
perceived value, higher perceived value.
I had I had received a Comfort Colors shirt without knowing it was Comfort Colors.
Hmm.
And I genuinely do like the quality. It's like a thicker shirt. It feels like a higher quality shirt.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Regardless of what's printed on it. And it was from a, like you said, it was actually from a brand who is carried by Whole Foods. We knew
Hmm.
the owners of the brand. It was like a healthy yogurt, basically. Perfect for me
Hmm.
actually, because it was for people with like gut issues. So
Hmm.
I was like, all right, perfect. So I have the shirt, and I was going through my closet, and I was like, oh, this is Comfort Colors, because I had heard a couple people saying what you
Yeah,
just said about it. So
yeah. Both those cotton heritage and comfort colors because they're soft and they have like a I think it's comfort colors the one that has kind of like a vintage y feel to it. So
mhm.
it's like it feels like it's been worn, but it's not. So some people prefer that. Others don't. Others do prefer like the rougher feel of like a Gildan 5000, Gildan 2000, for
Mhm.
example. And others specifically for their brand look for something that's more like washed out, I would say, without being like mineral wash print.
Yeah, great tip there. Just to start us off, and that's perfect because I have one of those shirts there. So,
Cool.
what can you tell us about like Awkward Styles? Though I want to learn more about like the company's story, and then maybe shift into like what you guys are doing for the print on demand community. So how about telling us a little bit about the backstory?
Yeah, so I've shared this before, but I think our story as a company and just of our founders is pretty inspiring because our co-founders actually started selling on the internet on Etsy. So they had their own little shop and they printed aprons, I believe, from their kitchen. So they started just pressing with little decals. I mean, vinyl thing transfers on like aprons, and I think it was like maybe kids clothing. I'm not 100% sure. And then slowly they started expanding, so they went into other marketplaces like eBay, and then they started selling on Amazon. And they were like in the top 5,000, 10,000 below that sellers within their category within a matter of like a few years. And then after that they started doing like printing for others on demand through API. And then in 2020, they were like, it's time to open our website, like a print on demand website. So now that we have, we have the integrations, and we're helping thousands of merchants, and we're talking about our experience on YouTube with people like you who also have, years of experience with this. And it's just, I think it's amazing that, someone who started literally in their kitchen pressing on aprons, it's come to this in a matter of like 8 years, because it all
Yeah,
started
that's
in 2013. So it's like, it's mind blowing when you think about it that way.
yeah, that's super impressive. I learned that story through watching Hustle Ninja's video where he got to sit down with the CEO, and that was really cool. He showed the picture, so that's why I wanted to ask you about that. I think that's really inspiring.
Yeah, no, yeah. Every time I think about it, I'm like, I want to
Yeah,
cry.
from
It's
the
actually,
kitchen to yeah.
yeah. It's actually a picture of them, of the co-founders, are on our website. You go to our about page, and then in like the frequently asked questions, you can see a picture of them, holding their
Oh,
their
nice.
aprons up. Yeah.
Very cool. And then from there, so I guess, and you know what's I commend people who like keep pushing their business, because it's easy to
Mhm.
get comfortable with the level of success you've achieved, and it sounds like they were doing pretty well, and they just said, you know what, no, we're taking it to the next level.
Mhm.
What can you tell us about where Awkward Styles is at today in terms of like your facility, where are you located? If you want to talk about like the size of your location, anything like that you
Mhm.
think is relevant, would you like to share that?
Yeah, so I actually always forget the square feet, but every time like someone visits us like from YouTube, or like a big company or something, like, wow, it's bigger than I thought. So yeah, we've gathered like several, I guess, warehouse buildings into one. So like that's how we've been expanding. And we're located in Santa Fe Springs right now, but we're expanding into other places. So I don't think we're quite ready 100% to say where, but definitely we're looking to expand our network and our facilities to, to make it like the logistics of shipping just more easy on users.
Awesome. So you're currently in Santa Fe Springs, California.
Yeah, it's like about an hour away from LA.
That's great to know that you guys are expanding. It sounds like the company's doing well, and that's always a good sign for
Yes.
the print-on-demand sellers
Mhm.
deciding really like this is if we treat it like a real business, which I recommend everybody does. We're
Mhm.
deciding who we're partnering with. We want to outsource
Mhm.
fulfillment of these orders so that we don't have to press the shirts and the aprons in our own kitchens. So
Yeah.
it's great to hear that you guys are doing well.
Hmm. No, yeah. Each year, we talk about plans for next year and how we can improve the service for users. And honestly, it blows my mind. Literally, I think a sign on our one of our co-founders, the CEO, on his desk is, "If your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough." And it's one of those like maybe a little bit cheesy quotes, but if you really think about it, it's true. Like, sometimes we are afraid to not be able to do something we want to do, and we create these excuses, we create these mental blocks to not do it. But sometimes, in your moment of, okay, what can happen, what's the worst that can happen, if you tell yourself that and you go for it, you realize you can actually do a lot more than you thought. And who knows, maybe you'll end up being in the top 5,000, 2,000 sellers of Etsy or Amazon or whatever it is you want to pursue. But there's no other way of knowing other than going for it, taking the leap. So I'm
Yeah.
really glad that our co-founders took the leap.
Yeah,
All these
they sound like inspiring people for sure.
Mhm.
And on that note too, like where are if you can disclose, like what are some cool things you guys maybe are working on behind the scenes,
Mhm.
like potentially that you see for the future that would benefit us users of
Mhm.
Awkward Styles?
So in the shorter medium term, we are working a lot on product launches this year. So we're pushing heavily on that. I know we're working on all over print. That's a big request we get from users, all over prints. And another one is the custom tag labels. So we're also working on getting those, since a lot of people want to add branding. But yeah, we're adding all over print, we're adding more jewelry this year, expanding our other categories as well, because we sell like wall art, and there's drinkware, and there's like kids clothing collection. So we're looking to expand all of those categories.
Yeah, that's really exciting. And I'm going to admit, I'm kind of ignorant to the different methods of printing a lot of these products. And you were kind of explaining some of them to me off camera. You don't have
Trying.
to give like the detailed explanation, but yeah. Do you want to talk at all about like what you support already and then what you may have coming down the pipeline as well?
Yeah, so currently for apparel, we do mostly DTG, I would say like 95, 97%. And we have a few DTF items, so with performance apparel. And we want to expand that to add more, like we want to do like heat transfers, for example. So if you go to like the footer on our website, there's it's like grayed out and it says heat transfers coming soon. So that's an option we want to offer as well. And we also do sublimation items. That's something that I feel like a lot of people don't know when they start with us. We do a lot of sublimation. So actually behind us is our sublimation printer. It's the Mimaki printer. We do metal art, blankets, towels, hats, mugs, and yeah, those are the three main, the three print methods that we use.
Yeah, the metal print that I got as a sample order was beautiful. I took like a photo. I mean, it wasn't mine. I guess I got a photo of some like
Oh yeah.
jellyfish, and they were like neon, and it like showed through beautifully in that sign. And it's just crazy that that was printed on metal. Like I have no clue that that's even possible.
So
But
crisp. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
so
that's
the
cool.
quality there was great. I wanted to also compliment you guys as a former web developer. I do appreciate that you have a nice, like, intuitive, easy to use website. That's one of those things that I think, like in my chair, having like used a lot of your competitors, like that can make or break a user experiences if the website isn't good.
Yes.
And yours is, I find, really good, really intuitive. So I just wanted to say thank you for that because I always
Thank
appreciate it.
you. Thank you. I'll be sure to pass this along to our developers because they work really
You have
hard.
them in house?
Huh? Yes, yes, yes.
Oh wow.
Yes, we have a team and they help with anything. Like we have a team for like tickets with users, with like any bugs they may experience, to constantly improving the features on the website. So since we're like always adding on features, we have an in-house team.
I have to ask then, like, whose idea was it? Because I think it's so cool that you have a library of graphics that are already like made and available. And if we opt to use them, basically the artist gets paid when we make a sale, right?
Yeah, so recently it is free to our users now. But yes, that's how it works, like a commission based.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I love that. When I first saw that, I was like, why don't more people do this? Honestly, it makes so much sense. And it's such a great incentive too for the artists.
Yes, definitely. I believe the program is closed right now, while we figure out like, how we can balance the features for both artists and like print on demand users. But yeah, the idea came from, I believe, product development. Yeah, it was product development, because others have like Shutterstock integrations. So we kind of wanted to bring in like an aspect from marketplaces like Redbubble, but not lose the aspect of being a print-on-demand platform and not a marketplace.
Got you. Makes sense. And also another brilliant idea, give somebody a pat on the back for me, of having the videos available that are basically done for us that we can just click and push to our listings. That's amazing. I mean, I don't know all the products you have videos for, but I know at least for the jewelry, which is like brilliant. I already know, like, I like the really close up ones so that when they hover over, it's like the jewelry piece right there that they see. That's so smart.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it was recently in the most recent version of the Etsy API, because I think before it didn't allow us to like let users push to the listing. But yeah, I believe it was like our developers, our awesome developers and product development team. So really, they're like the stars of the team here.
No,
But
it's
yeah.
great. And like, that's the difference between Awkward Styles, a company founded by people out there, like actually doing it. Like, you know what I mean? Actually out there in the Etsy streets and the eBay streets and Amazon streets. Like, that's why, I don't know. I mean, I can't speak for you, but it sounds like that's probably why you guys are the first to adopt something like that, because you have your ear to the streets or whatever.
It's not just the co-founders that have experience with Etsy. Like actually a lead on our product development team has their own Etsy store. So I think that's definitely like a plus, that we were actually like in the field. We know what users need.
Yeah, that's really great. And so anybody that's still watching, just so you know, I have a link to Awkward Styles in the description and a code right next to it that'll get you 2 months of Pro for free. Alex, do you want to tell them what that includes?
Yeah, so basically our Pro plan gives you up to 20% discount on all of our product catalog, and you can connect more stores. So with the free plan, you get everything you need to start selling, and you can connect up to 5 stores, which is still pretty good if you're starting out, especially. And whenever you get like those sales coming in, or you want to connect more stores, that's where the Pro plan is like that sweet spot. You get the discounts, you get more stores. So
Yeah, that's awesome. So if you have Pro, it looks like you can sell the Gildan 5000, for as low as, I don't know if it's color dependent, but for as low as $7.59. That's pretty darn competitive for launching an apparel brand. And you have a Hanes shirt for as low as $7.90. The Bella Canvas 3001, $9.70. So under $10. I mean, that's pretty incredible,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I really appreciate that. Obviously, like, I'm a fan, and anybody who's on the fence about potentially switching to Awkward Styles, and you might want, this is a good chance to plug the, what is it called, where you can like take the existing listings and integrate them, just integration, not integration.
It's like product synchronization. Yeah, so basically, if you have a store already up, we do get this question pretty frequently. If you have a store with listings already, then you just synchronize that. And of course, you need to create like your templates on Awkward Styles. But after you map it, like, you don't have to create your listings again on your store. So yeah, it imports them.
That's the most important part, because if you have a bunch of sales history, you definitely don't want to be doing that.
For sure.
Cool. Well, this has been great. I've learned a lot. And is there anything else that I missed that you wanted to share that you didn't get a chance to?
Not really. I mean, I just want to thank you for your time and just all the wonderful feedback. I mean, it always makes us so happy to hear, other people's experiences. We're very open to feedback, and I love, hearing people are saying like, oh, we switched to you guys, and I love, the quality and the experience overall. So I'm happy to see what questions you guys may have in the comments, and I'm excited to announce future projects that we have coming for you guys.
Yeah, the jewelry launch has been great so far, and great timing. I doubt it was coincidence. You guys got it out there and got it ready before Valentine's Day, so that was awesome. And yeah, guys, any questions, let Alex know in the comments. Awkward Styles, like, I'll personally vouch, even if you just take a step back and it's like, what are we really doing as print on demand sellers, right? We're looking to, or at least me, I'm looking to like have a passive business that I can focus on scaling. By partnering with Awkward Styles, I know I've got a trusted partner that does everything that I have no clue how to do perfectly, right? You have all the infrastructure, the staff, the products, you keep it stocked. Like, that's all taken care of. You do it in a timely manner. You have the integration so that it's like automated uploading, tracking, all that. I mean, I couldn't ask for more. So I really am a fan. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Ryan.